everybody. Welcome back. Wednesday night edition of Inside the Headset as we roll over to the community of Oakland. And we're going to talk to the head Patriot himself, the head coach of the Oakland Patriots, Kevin Creasy. How you doing tonight, Coach?
I'm doing good, Stork.
Well. How was fall break for my good friend, Coach Creasy?
Fall break, it was good. Went pretty quick, It was a week long, but it seemed like a day long. It was pretty short.
Well, I did communicate a little bit, and you were over at Top Golf, I believe.
That's right. Checked out Top Golf. It's a pretty cool place. First time I ever been there. Took the wife and kids, and they had a big time.
Did Kyler do very well at Top Golf?
He did. He got pretty competitive, and so did his little sister, Kinley.
Well, Coach, you had the break, and let's roll down to your notes. Boy, you right there before the break, you had an opportunity. You got the COVID victory, of course, from Blackman. We all learned about that on Saturday morning after the battle, the backyard brawl. And quickly jumped in. You found a game, as we learned on the last week 7 of Inside the Headset. But you had that opportunity to go over there to Brentwood, play the Brentwood Bruins and Coach Ron Crawford. And, boy, you did really well. Came away with a big W, 37-0. Take me through it a little bit.
Yeah, just a couple days' notice. They were kind of in the same boat we were, pretty unfamiliar with each other. But a lot of respect for both programs, and Coach Crawford does a great job. He's a really good coach and got some good coaches around him. Got some good players too. They're a heck of a team. So for us to come away with just a win, we were really pleased.
Well, and Coach, so you cut them loose for break, and then you come back, and you're working on one of the biggest games of the season. Just got off the phone with Coach Will Creasy, and he's telling me about alumni calling him and whatnot. And, Riverdale's always had a you coached over there. You've been in a Battle of the Borough on that side years ago, and you understand the Riverdale alumni, but you also understand the Oakland alumni. And it's a big game for you, isn't it? Friday night, regardless of take the kids out of it, it's a big game for both schools.
Oh, it's real big, especially for people that have been around Murfreesboro for a while. They know what this rivalry is all about. And, it's a fun game, for both sides. It's one of those deals where there's going to be bragging rights for years to come. And, it's not very fun if you leave there with a loss. Oakland's lost their fair share to Riverdale and vice versa here lately. But we want our guys to realize, this isn't just a region game. This is a rivalry game.
Yep.
And, it's not really watered down, but some of our fans might think it's watered down because there's so many other schools out and there's other rivalries that have budded since these other schools have been built. But there's something to be said about the original, and the original is Riverdale, Oakland, and there's something special to it. It's stuff that you may not appreciate now. You'll look back at it years from now and realize what a big deal it was.
You couldn't have said it better. And Friday night, you're going to get going against. And what I would say, Will's had some good teams that's gone against you, Coach. But probably all in all, even without his starting quarterback that he started the year with, his backup ain't too bad. And I tell you what, they got a good offensive line, they got a good defensive line, and I tell you what, Riverdale isn't bad, are they, Coach?
No. They're probably the best team we've faced all year. There's no doubt about it. I love both their quarterbacks. I don't know who's playing against us, but they both bring different things to the table, but they're both really good. Definitely going to be a challenge for our defense. Got good skill guys all over the place, definitely loaded with skill guys. And then the defense, without a doubt, the defense is the best defense we've seen all year. It's the best defense that Coach Creasy's had over there. So they've done a heck of a job on defense, and it's going to make for a tough game for both teams.
Absolutely, and they got good wide receivers and got a couple of running backs. One you're familiar with, but the other one, number 6, you got to like him. He runs. I know you know about Kennard, but number 6, you kind of got to like him. He runs low to the ground and and if he gets a gap, he'll burn you, bud.
Absolutely, yeah. He's a real talented kid too. Definitely know all about him. Very impressed with with all the running backs, and like I said, they got a ton of skill guys. It's one of the most talented bunches around for sure. And, Six, he'll jump over on defense too. So we got a lot of respect for guys that can play on both sides of the ball, and he can play linebacker and does a heck of a job. Like I said, they got tons of good players, and it's going to be a tough one. I'm telling you, that's why the tickets were sold out, Monday. I think they put them out Monday, sold out Monday. So I've been listening to some calls too, about how in the world am I going to get the game because, it's already sold out and it's Tuesday at 7 o'clock in the morning. I guess they're going to have to tune in, to the radio or the TV or something because, with these COVID restrictions, it's unfortunate, but they got sold out real quick on Monday.
You are correct, and that's what Will's trying to handle. He's handling the same thing. I think all the alumni, they're probably going to have to end up over at the Boulevard or somewhere. Who knows? But anyway, let's finish up a little bit. The kicker game, Alberto Zarate against Mr. Turk. You like this, don't you? You like that battle? Yeah, I mean, he needs to be challenged, doesn't he, Mr. Turk?
Oh, yeah. Turk will be challenged, and the funny thing is Alberto was one of our players. He played quarterback for our Oakland Middle, and he, played quarterback for our JV team. So, yeah, there's several guys, like Alberto that are on their team and contributing greatly. And, Alberto's definitely a factor. I expect Trey to meet the challenge, but at the same time, it's just another face that with the rezoning, unfortunately we lost Alberto and a couple of his buddies.
Wow. And I was talking to Tom Krager earlier, and he's talking, we can't even think about it till after it's all said and done, but the classification and him and Gillespie and Bernard Childress and all those guys, they're going to end up, what we got now, it's all going to change. So, I mean, we don't know what we're going to get or who's joining and who's leaving, but Region 3 6A could possibly look a lot different next year, Coach.
Yeah, but I hadn't even looked at it, They've not asked my opinion. I know that's not surprising to you, but I feel like a guy that does it for a living and, been at several schools and, coached for 23 years, probably could give some insight into, maybe some moves to make the regions even better and, make the classification a little fairer and stuff like that. But, I hadn't even looked at it. Those are things that I can't control. And obviously they hadn't asked me, so they don't think too much about what I'm worried about. So at the end of the day, we'll just play whoever's in our region, and hopefully if some of our natural rivals or in-county people aren't in our region, then hopefully they'll play us in some non-region games.
And you just mentioned it, and I mean, hopefully we get this thing turned back around, and there'll be some movement around, I'm sure, in coaches over the next couple of years, but hopefully we'll get this thing settled down. I'm working on it hard, but I definitely want to keep more games in Rutherford County, regardless if we split the bracket, Coach, and some go to the other side, and we some stay up here in Murfreesboro. But we got to play each other because no matter what, when you get down to it, it's good competition. It's a heck of a gate, isn't it?
Well, I'm telling you, the best game we've had so far this year was Stewart's Creek, and we were not even supposed to play. And it just showed, what happens when you get two teams, in county playing each other. You just never know how it's going to turn out. And we end up playing their JV the other night, almost lost to them, came away with a 36-30 win. But, that's just showing you there's no reason in the world, that a Stewart's Creek shouldn't be playing us, whether we're in the region or not.
Yeah.
And both teams got a lot out of it. We found out a lot about each other and a lot about ourselves and their team as well. And, I think that just makes sense for in-county teams to play each other.
Coach, everybody, we all got a lot of respect for each other. We wish you the best Friday night in the Battle of the Barrel. We want you to stay healthy. I had dessert Monday night with Sonny and was talking to him, and he was talking about just all the things he went through just to play. But still, he said it was tough, but still fortunate to get out there and play. He didn't get to see his family for almost 85, 90 days, but he said, I was fortunate enough, Stork, to do it and to say I did it. But he said, boy, after they got beat on that Thursday night, I said, well, what'd you do? He said the plane came home, it landed at midnight, I came. He said they went to Great American and played wiffle ball or something till about, I don't know, 1 o'clock in the morning or something. They messed around and kind of let off a little steam after the Atlanta game because it was a day game. So they did a little something there. But he said come Friday morning, he said he was gone with the wind, and by 10 o'clock he was sitting in Nashville. So, determined to come home and see his family, Coach.
Yeah, that's what, sometimes that's a blessing in disguise, when the season gets cut a little short.
I hear
Especially
you.
if you got something good to go home to, that's for sure.
That's for sure. Coach, I wish you the best of luck Friday night, and we'll talk to you again next week.
All right, sounds good.
See you, bye.
See you.